Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm just going to go over the tag from My Colorful Country Life. She has posted about 25 questions, kind of like a year-end wrap-up, I guess. A lot of interesting questions here. This is going to take a while. If you want all of the questions, because mine are really cryptic here, go over to Karen's channel. It's called My Colorful Country Life. I'm pretty sure everyone knows it, but I'll say it anyway. And it is a coloring reflections tag. So you'll find it on that video. But let me just get started. The first question is my top 10 favorite pages from 2024. So I'm going to try to go over them kind of quickly because I'm afraid this video is going to be extremely long. But one of my top 10, is from Mythomorphia by Kirby Rosanes. And I am so proud of this page. First of all, it was such a long-standing WIP. And I'm so happy that I actually finished a WIP, especially one as old as this. It was like I had some watercolor on here and then got totally stuck on what to do with the wolf. Solved the problem. I used a lot of interesting media. I talked about this before, but there are these $5 twist ups from the store Five Below. And I use that for the background. You probably won't be able to see it, but it is metallic. So the background has a nice, pretty shine on it. And I used a lot of pencils, watercolor paints, gel pens, but overall, I really love the way this came out. And I did this very recently. I finished it in November. So super happy with this page. Next up is a 2-page spread from Joanna Basford's Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. And it is the flower page. I really enjoy coloring flowers. And it's this double-page spread right here. I just love the color palette. I really am happy with the way it came out. The one caveat I have is I used some kind of dark gel pen here on this flower and I didn't like it. So I kind of stopped covering up the black lines and just left it as is. I was really afraid I kind of ruined the page, but I still absolutely love it. And it's really just the color palette. So that is from Joanna Basford's Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. The next book is Mouse Guard by David Peterson. And I could almost pick any page from here that I've colored, like I've colored this one recently with Maya in October or November, and really love that one as well. But the one I really like the most is this, I guess it's an axe of some kind, an axe page. I really had a lot of trouble picking between these two. I did them, I think, the same month, in February. And I just love the way the stained glass came out on this one, but I really love the way the mouse came out on that one. So let's call this one an honorable mention. But this is the image that I chose as one of my top 10. And that is from David Peterson, Mouse Guard. So next up, I have Circle of Life by Mal Pomani Chatsapana-Goto. And this is a surprise one because this is an extremely intimidating book to me. So I don't love coloring in it. It scares me. But when I did this, I'm sorry, I don't know what kind of skull this is, but I did this in September and I really love it. And again, I think it's the color palette. I did use a lot of different media here as well, so that could be one reason. I used watercolor, pencil, gel pens, paint pens. So I really had a good time with this page, and I just love the way it came out. So that is From Circle of Life by Malpamani Chatsapanagotu. Okay, next up is Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlson. And I just love this bird. I have no idea why. I just love the expression she was able to get. I loved this image even uncolored. So I don't know if I really just love the way I colored it. I just love the image. I think he looks so cheeky and just regal. I don't know what else to say about this page except for how much I love this image. So I had so much fun coloring it. I used Neocolor 2, watercolor, pencil, gel pen. This might be a glitter pen, or it could be a glitter watercolor here. I'm not too sure about the bottom, but I did this in June. So that is from Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlson. Next up, I have two images in here that made my top 10 from Dunkel Bunt by Sarah Richter. I absolutely adore this book. It also has really, really nice paper. I had flooded one of the pages with water for watercolor, and it didn't really buckle at all. So, you know, a favorite book with my favorite page, two favorite pages. Now, this one I didn't know if I should include because I got the color palette, or most of the color palette idea, from Sarah Richter's original painting. I did change like some of the makeup, I changed her hair color, but the gold and black and this gold smoky thing, that was really her idea. So I didn't know if I should include it, but it is my absolute favorite page of this year. So I kind of snuck it in. But know that most of this coloring was not my idea and came from Sarah Richter. So absolutely love the page. This is the page I doused with water and nothing has happened to it. The second top 10 is also in this book, and it is The Keeper of Fire. I just like the way she came out too. I like the way I did the background, which was with watercolor, and I used some salt where I tried to get some texture in the background. So I really like the way that came out. I like the way I did the gold and the blue. And here, in addition to watercolor, is mostly pencil. I think I used some alcohol marker to base the skin and used Prismacolor pencils on top to do shading. But I love the way she came out, and I love her creepy eyes, that I did them all blue with no pupils. I really like the way that came out too. I did try to cover the black lines and actually had to scratch it out because once I did that, it just looked like a blob. So the black lines were kind of essential in the wax, but otherwise I really like it. So another favorite, or two favorites, from Dunkel Bunt by Sarah Richter. Up next, I have Dramenvanger by Tomislav Tomik. This is a recent page as well, and it is this lizard page. I just love how vibrant this page turned out. I love the red and turquoise combination, and I really like the way my cherries came out. I worked really hard on them. They don't look real, but they do look attractive. So I just like the way that turned out. So I used a lot of gel pen actually on this page. All of these little dots are gel pen. Some of the elements in around the lizard are gel pen. The rest are some watercolors for the background. And I think these are polychromos pencils. And I think that's why I got it so bright. It really was this lizard and the cherries that I really wanted to pop out. And I think I got that. So that is from Dramenvanger by Tomislav Tomik. Okay, the last two images are from Wildflower Folk by Christine Karen, and also a favorite book of mine. And I love this Free Spirit girl. I think she came out so pretty. I love the color that I chose for the hair. I think it came out really nice. I love the color blue that I chose. And I like that I used this paper. So this is a collage. I put this paper in and I think it came out so pretty. I don't think I could have done this with pencil. I just think it really adds to the whole hippie look. And the 10th and final is Lady Witch that I did in September. And again, I just like the very limited color palette. And I think she came out very pretty. I just like the whole Halloween purple orange combination. And then I threw an aqua to make it a little different. So really like that page. So that is it for my top 10 pages for 2024. Question number 2 is the most liked page on Instagram. And it is not in my top 10. I gotta be honest, I don't know why it's liked so much, but it's this mermaid page here. It's nice. The color combination is nice. I mean, they're complementary colors, so maybe that's what's so attractive, but it got the most hits on Instagram and it doesn't even make my top 20, guys. So I'm not really too sure what everybody likes about it, but this is what everyone picked as the most popular on Instagram. So that was question number 2 on most popular page on Instagram. Question number 3 revolves around goals that were set in early 2024 and were they reached. I don't set any goals for myself or have not. I'm trying to think of some goals for 2025, but I can't answer this question because I didn't have any goals for this year. The next question, question number 4, is how many different books have I colored in? This year, I colored in 53 different books. I love doing portraits, so a lot of them repeats were from my portrait books, but otherwise 53 books. And the next question is how many pages have I colored, or what is the average per month? I did not count how many pages I colored because I have not kept good records on this, but my average is between 10 and 12. So you got to figure 120 to 150 pages, and that's kind of the best I can do. So that's my average. How many buddy colors and hashtags did I participate in? Again, I have not really kept good records, but my buddy colors were 23. Hashtags, I probably averaged between 3 and 5 a month. So I didn't keep good records there, so I can't tell you the total, but I did have 23 buddy colors this year. The next question is how many whips? And my God, I was so surprised with this one. I did not expect it. 64 whips. Some of them are abandoned pages. I did not kind of keep count on which were whips and which were abandoned. I may do a video in early 2025 on what my whips were, why I stopped coloring them, why I'm abandoning completely some pages. So that might be an upcoming video. But right now, know that I have 64 whips, and that might be one of my goals, to get this down to half or at least below 50. I mean, this is embarrassing. But how many untouched books do I have? I do have 12. But in all fairness, 3 of them are new books that I haven't even really looked in, but they are untouched, so I'm counting them. So I really have 9 books that I've had for a bit and haven't colored in. Okay, so this is the list of untouched books. this last few, I don't remember, it's like Les Creatures of Ken Matsuda. And this tarot book are new books. I haven't even really looked in them very much, but there are some books that I'm not sure I would ever color in. And like this Secret Garden, the artist edition, is such a beautiful book. I don't know, I might want to keep it as is just to appreciate her artwork, Joanna Basford's artwork, instead of me coloring it, because I do have the regular Secret Garden that I can color in. And even though the paper looks fantastic and I would love to do some watercolor in it, it's such a beautiful book. I'm not sure I'm going to. There are other books that I bought, like this Gustav Klimt book. Again, not sure I'm going to color in it. I kind of really just liked having it. But there are a few books here that were sort of disappointments. Like this, well, I'm not sure they were disappointments, but Zen Garden, Feminine Alchemy, Flower Haiku, and Magic Dreamland. And even, well, no, those four look like difficult books to figure out how to color. So when I got them, I realized that I don't even know how to approach them. So I think I'm going to have to try to find some YouTube videos and, maybe some Pinterest to see how other people were coloring them. They have a lot of lines. They have a lot of it's not Zen doodling, but similar, like the Zen Garden book is a lot of Zen doodling. So I don't know how to color that yet. So those are the reasons I haven't colored in those few. Sorry, Dark Fantasy is also one of the 3 new books. So I have reasons why they're untouched books, but nevertheless, 12 untouched books. The next question is question number 11 and is the favorite new release of 2024. Hands down, it has to be Garden Lady by Lana Green. I really enjoy doing portraits and I really love this book. It has so many beautiful images. I'm sure everyone has seen it, so I'm flipping through really quickly. I've done a few pages in here, and I've enjoyed every single one of them. It is an absolutely lovely book. So, favorite new release of 2024 is Garden Lady by Lana Green. Question number 12 is favorite coloring supplies. And again, hands down, it is my pencils. It doesn't matter, I guess, whether I'm choosing, a Holbein, Polychromos, or my Prismacolor pencils. I love them all, and it is my favorite medium to use, one that I feel I have the most control over, and one that I feel that I get my best results from. So any colored pencil in my collection is my favorite supply. Now, my most reached for book, which is question number 13, is, again, I'm coming back to my favorite new release, is Garden Lady by Lana Green. And the other is Wildflower Folk by Christine Karen. I mentioned I really enjoy doing portraits, and yeah, I don't know why. I just have this real satisfaction, but I've done quite a few pictures in this book. I'm nowhere near completion of either one of these books, and I'd be really sad when I do complete them. So I'm in no rush to finish these books. But these two are the most grabbed books of 2024. Question number 14 is the most challenging page. That has to be from Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlson. And it's not that the image itself was extremely difficult, because it really wasn't. It was this page here, this portrait, and I don't know if you guys have this. This has certainly been my experience this month in December, is that some days what I imagine in my head does not translate at all to what went down on the paper. And that happened with the hair here. And I colored this hair probably 4 or 5 different times with 4 or 5 different media. I tried pencil, I didn't like it. I tried watercolor, not in any particular order here. Watercolor, it didn't work. I tried gel, like crayons, I hated it. And then I started doing, I think these are the Art X acrylic markers, didn't like that. Then I got out regular, trying to get some acrylic paints, but I didn't have any, so I went back to the pencils, tried to make that work, and finally, I was able to get something I felt pretty comfortable in. I think it came out a lot better than I had hoped, only because I had so many failed attempts at this hair. But yeah, the smoke here was challenging as well. In addition to my hair problems, I didn't know how to make smoke. I ended up using I think it's Arteza. I think so. I think they're Arteza watercolor paints, and these are the iridescent paints, and that kind of turned out pretty well. But anyway, there were a lot of challenges with this page, only because the translation between what was in my head and what was coming out on paper were really, really, really different. And I just did not like my color selections, and I just kept trying. So this was the most difficult challenge I had this year. Question 15 is about your coloring book surprise. So any page or book that really surprised me. And it's these 2 books. I think Spooky is a 2024 release. I guess it doesn't matter anyway. But these 2 books, I think, what fall more into what I would call more childlike images, and I did not know if I would like them. I just kept seeing a lot of beautiful pages coming out of Spooky. So this was the first of the 2 childlike books that I purchased, and I really, really enjoy both of these books. I've only done a few pages in the Pop Manga book, but I like this book because it is a compilation book and has different styles rather than one particular style. So I really like that about the book. But the surprise really just comes in the fact that I do enjoy doing simpler designs sometimes, and sometimes more childlike. Maybe it brings me back in time or something, I don't know. But I've done quite a few images here, and that's only because I'm participating Christina's Art Corner. She has a monthly selection that we color, and that helps ground me in working in this book. So hopefully I'll complete this book sometime in the next 5 years, but otherwise 2 fun surprises. The next question, question 16, is how many videos have I recorded? And I started my channel, I think in April or May, and I've recorded 41 videos since that time. Question number 17 is favorite video ever made. I don't have a one that's standing out. I could say it could be my first video, even though I had a lot of trouble with recording, saying 50,000 times, having issues with, learning how to edit. So, it didn't come out really good, but it might be one of my favorite because it is the first video I've ever made. But ultimately, I'm going to say it is the end of the month completed pages video. I really enjoy recording those. I like reviewing my month myself. I especially like showing people what I've done. I like the connection. I'm also sometimes proud of my work, so I like to show it off when it comes out really well. I also don't mind showing things that don't come out well. I'm fine. Not everything is going to be perfect. But so I do enjoy the completed pages videos the most. So I'm going to call it any one of those. This question, number 18, I didn't really answer. It's any coloring habits or routines that I've changed this year. And I couldn't think of one. I don't know how to answer this question, so I just have a no there. Question 19 revolves around any new techniques that you've learned. I can't say that I didn't know how to use alcohol markers before 2024. I think I played with them here and there, but I've gotten much better at it. So that's the new technique that I consider that I've learned this year, is how to color with them. I have not gotten to a place yet that I feel really good about it, because I'm still kind of iffy on how to shade with them. So I usually just use them as a marker base and then shade over with pencil. I could add this to a goal this year. I would like to get better at this and maybe learn how to do a whole page with just alcohol markers. But that is a new technique that I especially enjoyed this year. Question number 20 is, who inspired me the most? I don't think I feel that comfortable naming a lot of people. I watch a lot of channels. I have a terrible memory. I'm going to forget people that I know have inspired me, and then I'm going to feel badly about it. So I'm going to say anyone that works on new techniques, learning new techniques. But it is anyone out there who really pushes themselves to learn new things or to show us new things that, maybe it's not new to them, but they're spending the time in like tutorials. Those videos always inspire me, no matter who does them. So thank you everyone who tries to push us past just working with pencils. So that is question number 20. Question 21 is, do I have any special or memorable moments this year? And that would have to be the start of my YouTube channel. I was thinking about it for quite some time, like, could I ever do it? Would I ever do it? And then the last few months, it was kind of working up the bravery to do it. Like many people, we don't like the sound of our own voices. I don't like being on camera, not that I am, but there were a lot of challenges to overcome with doing a YouTube video or YouTube channel. So I'm really proud that I started it, and it's definitely standing out for 2024. Question 22 is, how did the adult coloring community impact me the most this year? And it has to be making friends. I started doing buddy colors this year, and I am really, really having so much fun getting to know people. I really enjoy it. I've mentioned it before. I don't have one single friend that likes this hobby. I have a friend that's an art teacher, and she loves everything art except for coloring. She doesn't care for it. So I don't even really have her to talk to about it, even though I do bore her with it. But everyone that I've met this year has been super supportive, super sweet. And again, quite a few are pushing me past my comfort zone by looking at their work, and that is inspiring me to go outside the box. So I really appreciate making the friends and how it impacts my coloring. Question 23 is 2025 coloring goals. This will actually be the first year that I'm making any goals at all. So this might be like a goal in progress kind of thing that I may add to this as the year goes along, because I was a little hesitant about like, what do I put down? Do I put down a lot of things that I may not reach? It almost felt like, the diet I start every January and, never lose anything. But let's not go there. So the goals I have for 2025, the first one is to learn how to use some new products. I have purchased some gouache and acrylic gouache. I've only used it once. I haven't purchased oil pastels yet. I have tried gel crayons this year, so it might be something like that. But I really would like to learn how to use these two products in my coloring, in my books. The next one is to improve my backgrounds and being brave. And the being brave part is I don't know what to do with the backgrounds most of the time. So it always feels like, especially since I do my backgrounds last, it always feels like, am I going to mess up my page? And then I either don't do a background at all, or I do an extremely simple one where I'm not taking any risks at all. And I think I would like to try not only to improve them, but at being brave to just take the plunge. This is only paper. It's only an image. I don't have to be that afraid of messing up a page. So that's kind of like where I am with that. Like, I got to get over this, or get over myself that it matters that much. That, so what? I tried, an ombre and it didn't blend, okay. So that's where I would like to improve. Goal number 3 is to grow my channel, of course, and that might actually be the first one. I really would like to reach 1,000 by my year. So anyone that would like to press that subscribe button, please consider it. So that is a huge goal. I'm only like at 640 and may not make this, but it is something I am going to continue to strive for. Goal number 4 is to not only improve my videos, but improve the editing. I mentioned a few minutes ago that I say a lot. I still do. I try to remove them if I can, but that interrupts the flow of the video. Honestly, guys, I don't know how you do it. The people that just go through the whole video and barely edit or don't edit at all, kudos, because wow, I don't know how you do it. Mine really, really need to be edited. So I would like to learn how to improve the videos and the editing. And the last goal I have, long shot, is to improve my drawing so that maybe I can occasionally offer some free pages as like a thank you for people watching them or for subscribing. So I'd like to kind of give something back. And I do draw occasionally. I'm okay. I'm not good, but I would like to really learn how to draw better and to maybe offer something. But this is a long shot. So I don't know if I'm going to meet this goal in 2025, but it is something in the back of my head that I would like to try for this year. So that is all I have for my goals for 2025. The last question, question number 4, are any new books or products that I'm looking forward to? I'm not really up on this stuff, to be honest. I don't really follow very much, but I do know that a lot of people talk about, Kirby Rosanna's, Maria Trolle, Joanna Basford. I know they all have books coming out this year. The one that I'm looking forward the most is Kirby, The Dark Fairy Tales. I do like fairy tales, and I sometimes like doing dark and creepy things. So I think I'm going to actually pre-order this. And I noticed on Amazon a couple of days ago that they have the pre-ordering up. So I think I'm gonna, go do that and order this book, because I'm usually not the first person to get a book, but in this case, I think I'll like it enough. I don't need to see it or to see a lot of flip throughs before I buy it. So that is the book that I'm looking forward to the most that I know of at this time. So guys, that is it. That is all 24 questions that Karen from My Colorful Country Life has posted for a year in review coloring reflections tag. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you stayed this long, thanks for sticking around. I really enjoyed doing the video, especially like just the review of what my favorite pages are, like books, inspirations. You know, that's always fun to go back and look at to see what you've done during the year. So thank you so much, Karen, for coming up with this tag. It was really fun. And thank you everyone that watched it, and see you guys on my next video. Thanks. Bye.